everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm looking at the stencils that are in the annual idea book, and I wanted to show you this kind here where you can build your own background and texture paper using one single stencil. So I just wanted to show you how it works here today. So I'm gonna do my best to to move things along and not have you watch every single step for the entire time. But this particular paper stencil pack comes with stars, a flower, let's see, there you kind of see it, and I don't know, another kind of flower, which could be a starburst or a fireworks or whatever, but I'm just going to show you the flower version. So I've got my piece of paper, and then I have my stencil on top. And every piece of paper is slightly cut, slightly different. And so you're just going to have to kind of look at, I'm crooked. How am I always crooked? And then this one is not helpful today. So let's see if we can get some of that out of the way. And so I'm going to take some washi tape and tack down two of the corners so that it doesn't go flying away on itself. And so that is a recommendation that I would give, although I would use a little bit more in my corner. There we go. Okay, so there we have our start. And we also, in this particular case, we want to choose 4 colors of ink. So I have chosen Sundance, Evergreen, Papaya, and Glacier for mine. And then I have a blending brush, one for each of those colors. So the first thing that I'm going to do is set up my papaya. It's kind of a pinky ready. So it should be nice and pretty with a flower. And you're just gonna take your blending brush, of course, ink it up, and then add it to your flowers. And you can see I'm using kind of a circular motion here. And you just want to be careful because you're also right next door to those glacier ones. So as I'm going down, I start with my circle before I even actually touch the page, because I don't want to crash land on my thing with a big wad of ink like I just did right there. You see a big wad of ink right there. So that's okay, because I'm going to keep going around and I'll make it go away. Okay, so I'll give you a quick sneak peek of this before I move on to the other colors. There you go. See, all finished up. Now I'm gonna move on to the glacier dots. So these are just little dots that are speckled throughout your design that are just there for fun. So this is just a kind of a light blue color that and just inking it up and moving it through. Again, you got to be careful because you've got your green here, and so there we go. So it's just like that. You go through all 4 colors. So I'm going to pause here for you while I do my stuff and come back. Okay, so here I am. I have completed my papaya, my glacier, my evergreen, and my Sundance. And now it's time to look and see what it looks like and rotate it. So here we go. Our first round. There we go. So we've got each of our patterns done, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and put it right on top of itself. So I'm going to use these dots and the flowers as kind of my landing zone to get things taped down correctly. And it's going to be a little bit off because my stencil is not square or my paper is not square, but it's going to be good enough. So then what you do is you do it all again. You start again with your papaya and your others. Now, there are a few trick places. There's a spot right here, which technically would be, okay, there's a spot right here where you're really, really close with your little flower and your little leaf. Now, if you cared about this a lot, you would put some kind of mask so that as you're getting to these close places, I just be a little careful and had mine overlap a little bit. So I'm going to go through a little bit and then I'll start up again and show you how it's going. Yeah, I've done my papaya and my glacier, and here I am. I'm going to do my sunset. And so it is a little bit confusing in here. Once you get that first round done, so that's one reason that I left my stencil sheet uncleaned, because then I can see, okay, this is the section where my yellow stuff goes. Because once you get a layer or two of your stencils on here, it gets a little confusing about which one you're doing in which section, which seems amazing, but it is actually true. It's a little tricky. So we've already gotten through the yellow, and I will finish the green ones and I'll be back. Right, so I've completed 2 rounds. I'm gonna lift it up and see what it looks like. There we go. We've got a lot of speckles, we've got a lot of flowers, we've got a lot of little flowers, and we've got a lot of leaves. So now we're going to turn it again and match things up. There we go. And as you're adding colors to it, so let's do the green now, even though I usually do that one last. When you're getting into the green and the yellow, if you choose to, you might want to clean off a little bit of the excess as you go so that you're not mixing too much of it. I'm doing a poor job of cleaning it, but that is a version of cleaning that you could do. Just because the green is so bright and the yellow is so bright, and I don't want to get that one. So you just got to be careful as you're going along here. Again, if you choose not to mask it. So there we go. I will continue on my evergreen and on to the others. I'll be back. All right, so there we go. We've got 3 sides done. Lifting up the thing. Look at that. We have almost a finished product here. I'm going to shift it one more time so we can get those flowers in that top corner. There we go. Tack those down. And moving on. I'm putting the last final little touches of my glacier on this paper. You can see that after going around 4 times, it is quite a mess. Somehow glacier just doesn't, must be so light, or the brush just picks it right up or something in it. So it's not nearly as messy. But now what we have is our finished product. Other than this very messy thing, which I can just take to my sink now and rinse off, is our perfectly designed paper that is ready to do a 1-sheet wonder card set, or, you know, cut it in half and make a super easy layout with this cute flower paper. Now you can do whatever you want with it. And there are, you know, the 2 other designs. So this is what my stars version looked like. I would recommend, if you're doing the stars, that you do this background star with a light color that you can easily layer on top. I used a like linen under there so that the other stars, and then I used capri and candy apple and sapphire. Might be bluebird, but I'm pretty sure I used sapphire. But anyway, very, very pretty. And now this is another thing you can use, you know, a 1-sheet wonder to make several cards out of, or use a nice layout background paper for your scrapbooking page. So anyway, that is how you use what I'm calling these 4-corner stencil sheets to make your own paper design. So lots of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.